Hey guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm doing a commentary video for Empire Total War multiplayer. This is an Austria versus Prussia battle. I'm in command of the Austrians, and my opponent is High-Tech Hate in command of the Prussians, and he is over on that side. Let's go look at my army first. On the front ranks, you can see much of my dudes in loose formation. Those are my Jaeger, and I have 6 units of those guys. Then those guys skirmish, and they have very long range, and they're very dangerous. And just behind them, I have several units of line infantry. I believe 7 or 8 units of line infantry. And the cool thing about Austrian line infantry is that there's more of them than there are line infantry in Prussia's troops. Alright, and back here I have 3 units of cavalry. 2 of them are cuirassiers, and 1 is a carabiner. Then I have 3 more squadrons of cavalry, and they are on the other wing here. Right now we're looking at my carabiner. But yeah, over on this side, here I have 3 squadrons of Hungarian hussars. And I put them on my left flank. Alright. Let's go look at my opponent's army now. Right here, he put 3 squadrons of cuirassiers right here. They're not quite hidden yet, but he's gonna leave them right here, hoping to get a flank attack on me, hoping I won't notice him. Okay, let's go look at the rest of my opponent's army. Right here we can see 3 units of Prussian line infantry. And as I was saying, there's fewer troops in Prussia's line infantry than there are in mine. And in the forest he has 2 more units of line infantry, but they're hidden. Just behind them he has 2 teams of 6-pounder horse artillery. And they're right there, and they're firing at my guys right now. Look at them reloading their cannons. They can do that all they want. Okay, and right here is the infamous mortar, but he only has 1 team of them, and those are the 4-inch mortar batteries. And look at that guy, he's stuffing it with the stick there. And just behind the mortars, he has the remaining units of his cavalry. Those are 3 more units of cuirassiers. And right here in the very back is his general's bodyguard, and that's where his general's at. Alright, so you can see me advancing forward right now. And right there, I just circled a hidden unit, and that was a light infantry unit. And right now I'm using my extreme range of my skirmishers to harass my opponent. And the only thing that my opponent has going for him is his artillery. But they are missing me right now. Okay, so I saw my opponent's cavalry going out, and I decided to open the offensive against them before he attacked me. So I'm launching my Hungarian hussars against him. So look at this extreme close-up here of the action. And I'm going to take one of my other units of hussars, and I'm going to attack the back of his troops. So let's give him the saber from all sides. And look at the background here, I'm bringing in the rest of my cavalry. And I'm doing this because I want to eliminate those cavalry before I move on to the rest of his horses. And then you can see my opponent, he also has similar thoughts here of destroying me with his cavalry. So he's taking the remaining units of his cuirassiers, and he's going to skirt them around my line infantry, but I'm going to keep an eye out on them. Alright, so my opponent's coming forward now. You can see that I've wiped out my opponent's light infantry already. So he's going to come forward here. Hopefully he's going to try to trade gunfire with my troops. But at this point it's a little too late. I have superior firepower arrayed against my opponent now. Alright, so now my opponent's going to try to even the odds here with a flank attack, or a rear charge with his cuirassier. But I'm putting my guys into squares, and my opponent, he does not adjust in time, so he still charges right into them. The first one he could have avoided. The second one he could have avoided too, but he might have had lag. But the third charge here, he definitely could have avoided this. But he's going to commit himself to the attack. It's possible that he sent his guys in for the attack, and then he moved on to another part of the battlefield. That happens sometimes, but he probably should have avoided that. Alright, so here I have my opponent in a crossfire here. You can see those white flags are getting flushed with flanking fire from my Austrian troops here. And look at that, I'm cutting them down. Here are these dudes. They are putting up quite a resistance. And as you guys know, Prussian troops, they were very disciplined. One of the most disciplined troops in Europe. And right here we're looking at the Prussian banner. It's very glorious looking with that black eagle in the middle. Alright, so you can see his horses, they are still going at it against my squares. And here my opponent launches his general's bodyguard against my left flank there. But I put my guys into squares, and here I'm bringing in the rest of my cavalry. You can see they destroyed his 3 units of cuirassiers on that flank. So now they're going to come in and reinforce my left flank, and we're going to cut down his general's bodyguard there. And see that guy with the wig? That's his general. Okay. I have broken through my opponent's infantry there. Now I'm going to rush forward here, and I'm going to prepare for a bayonet attack. And on my right flank here, I am flanking him with flanking fire, just shooting right into that forest. And I just got a news report that his general has bit the dust, and his general's right there somewhere. Maybe I should wear his wig as a trophy. Alright, so now I'm going to charge into his 6-pounders here. And this can be quite a relief, because I did not like those things shooting at me during the battle. Well, look at these dudes. They are drawing their sabers, and they're going to come swinging at me like samurai. But I'm going to cut them down using the height of my horses. Alright, so here I am. I'm maneuvering in for a bayonet charge. And I think my guys have the advantage here. I have more troops in my line infantry than he does. And that's one of the advantages of Austria, that they have more troops in their line infantry than most other European factions. But troops like I believe the Turks have, or maybe the Maratha, they have more troops in their line infantry as well. Alright, here my opponent formed into a square. Maybe he expected my cavalry to charge into them, but instead he's getting my infantry charging in with their bayonets. So my guys are going to bulldoze those dudes down. So now it's a giant bayonet fight, and my guys have the advantage here, because I've depleted his guys with heavy gunfire. Alright, and in the very back here, my cavalry, they have finally broken into his mortars. After taking out his 6-pounders, I'm going to cut those mortars down. And the mortars are the most hated unit in this game, I believe, followed by guard units. At least in my opinion. Okay. So here I am maneuvering the rest of my troops, and here I'm going to do a hammer and anvil strike with line infantry. And I'm going to surround his Prussian line infantry there. If you guys look at these close-ups, you can see how nice looking the Prussian infantry looks. I like their black coats. It's very intimidating, and black is a very intimidating color. Anyways, I'm maneuvering the rest of my troops in here for the final kill. You can see the Prussians, they're going to resist their last man, and that's the way it should be. And in the background you can see my cavalry join in for the fight, and now the Prussians are starting to waver, and now they are starting to be shattered. And all around here you can see me charging in from all sides, and I'm giving it to him Austrian style. And that was a victory for me. So I killed 1,111 of his troops, and I lost 660 of my troops. And my opponent, High Tech Hate, he killed 602 of my guys, and he lost 1,135 of his own men. So a very good game to High Tech Hate, and I hope you guys enjoyed this classic Austria versus Prussia battle.